and hit the button. Okay. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mount Pleasant High School Field here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. We're here for the Region 5 2A tilt between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Harpeth Indians, Harpeth High School Indians.
Yes,
I had to be careful about Harpeth Hall right there, but it's the Harpeth Indians out of Kingston Springs, Tennessee. Glad to have you with us. My name is Mike Lyle, and I'm joined here with Seth Campbell up here in the booth. And we're getting ready for this Region 5 tilt. Both teams have already played one game in the region. Harpeth fell to Loretto last week, 34-7, and had a fairly tough time in that game. Whereas Mount Pleasant played in Waverly. Those of you that were trying to watch us found out we got kind of washed out there at the about halfway through the game, and weren't able to get back on. But the football team came out victorious, beating them 27 to 12
yes, sir.
In a game that was sloppy in all regards. Weather, play, all areas. It was a sloppy game. Both the players and the coaches have talked about that all week, that they want to sharpen things up. It's a beautiful night here so far, but the remnants of Hurricane Francine, I think it's Francine or Francis? Francine are coming in on us. It'll be coming in waves. The first wave is supposed to get here roughly 7:30ish, 7:15, 7:30ish. We'll see if we get away from it here. So, captains on the field. Number 6, Avery Johnson. Number 69,
Logan Pinkerton.
Connor Scherer.
Oh, yeah.
And 29, Evan Plunkett. And he's
number 22, Carter Dunn.
Carter Dunn are the captains. Don't know,
It is a beautiful night.
Beautiful night.
Happy to be here. I know we got washed out, like you said, last weekend. Friday night, we were in the middle of that torrential downpour, and we got a little wet too. And we're just happy to be back on here, back home in Mount Pleasant. We're undefeated, Coach Mike,
yeah.
And we're trying to keep that going. And another district game here against a Harpeth team that gave us a little bit of a fit last year, or I mean, better said, we gave ourselves a fit against Harpeth last year. And we want to go 4-0. I talked to the players this week. There's not a doubt in my mind these guys are ready to go 4-0, and here we come through the stands in the traditional entrance.
Yeah, this was an entrance that was brought in a few years after I retired from coaching here at Mount Pleasant, and I think it's a neat thing. They bring, for the home games, they have the players march through the front of the stands and get everybody to cheer and yell for them, and it's a good hype up for the game.
With the American flag taking the field.
And then Harpeth won the toss. And I did not see, I was looking at some things here. Our camera has gone fuzzy on us a little bit here.
And we're in the process
of trying to get that corrected here for you. But so we'll be right with you here shortly. Both teams coming in a little bit different track. Harpeth 1-2 on the season. They lost their home opener to White House Heritage 41-25, and then they beat Cheatham County 28-0.
Yeah, a little bit of opposite trajectories tonight, I would say.
And then lost to Loretto 34-7 in their last game last week. Mount Pleasant Tigers coming in undefeated, as you mentioned, with a strong win over Wayne County, then a pretty convincing win over Spring Hill, and then, like we said, kind of a sloppy win, but it was a win nonetheless.
And that's what it's all about, just getting the wins. Last week, well, that was sloppy.
Advance and survive. That's the whole idea here in the season. You're never going to have a perfect season, and so you really would just want to survive, your bad games. And that's a sign of a good team.
And here we come.
That's a sign of a pretty good team that even on their bad days, they find a way to win. And so Mount Pleasant did that last week, and we're looking forward to a better week this week against the Harpeth Indians.
It's important to note, too, Mike, this is homecoming for Mount Pleasant here. We just had all the festivities. Homecoming queen and all her court came through midfield, celebrated. And, if this rain holds off, it's nice for a homecoming game. When it starts pouring, I'll change my mind.
Those of you that are watching our live stream, you'll see a tent in front of our camera view, sometimes coming into our view on the camera. That's to protect the young ladies on the court as they observe the game after their crowning ceremonies and stuff like that. So we're about ready to take the field here. It looks like Harpeth is going to receive the ball going from our left to the right. Braden Case will be kicking the ball for Mount Pleasant, teeing it up, and we'll be underway here shortly.
And we welcome all our listeners on 101.7 as the game of the week, too. We love being on WKOM.
And meant to mention that earlier. As Seth just said, welcome to 101.7 listeners for the Murray County Public Schools game of the week. We'll be mentioning that. If you want to catch us on the live stream, you can go to Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, about any platform you want to watch, and you look on Kennedy Broadcasting, you can find us, or you can go to the radio station's website at frontporchradiotn.com, click on the videos tab, and you can scroll down to find us on the game. So getting ready here to tee it up and get it underway, and we'll be underway shortly.
And let's all keep our collective fingers crossed that the rain Francine keeps to the west of us as it has for most of this week, and we'd like that to continue for the next 2 hours.
Okay, and a little pooch kick, lands at about the 30-yard line, takes a bounce, and a fumble right there, and we have a recovery, immediate turnover. Number 31 from Mount Pleasant. Take that back, not 31. 28. Golly, I'm going to get my eyes fixed here.
Let's take a look at it real quick. There's not a better way to start the game. We can all agree with that.
Huge turnover right there. Takes a funny hop, gets a skip, and a good coverage down there. So now it puts Mount Pleasant 1st and 10 on the Harpeth 26-yard line. John Michael Wright brings him up, trips to the left. Handoff going to the left, trying to outrun the sweep, and the defense there gets there, and they take him for about a 3-yard loss. Jakari McClure just couldn't get around the corner right there. And now that brings up 2nd and a long 13 or maybe 14 yards at the 30-yard line. That play just really never got developed there, Seth.
He stretched it all the way out to no more stretching, and there just wasn't anything there. It's like we're communicating in the backfield right now, getting people lined up correctly.
And we had, once we got set, they jumped in. It was early in the count, but once the lineman's hands go down, they can't move until the ball is snapped, and we had a miscommunication there.
Yeah, you hate to see it after such a big turnover early in the game. You hate to see the drive start with a negative play and then a penalty.
All right, that brings up 2nd and about 19. We got trips to the right. McClure to the right hip, fake out in the middle, little slant pass, and
off his hand.
Just a little bit off his hands right there. Jalen Smith looked like he kind of stopped his route, and Wright anticipated taking another step on the route, and he stopped it just a little bit too quick.
Going over the middle like that, kind of scary.
It's called an RPO, run pass option right there. He made the right call, right read. He was wide open. Just didn't quite make the connection there. So now got 3rd and 19 off of this big turnover right at the beginning.
What do you do on 3rd and 19, Mike?
You hope.
You don't want a turnover, but
Put it to the right. Motion to the right as well. Straight drop back, and they try to set a screen up to McClure. Gets it set, gets moves.
Hey.
Gets back to close to the original line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be now 4th and about 12, and they're in that no man's land where it's a little too far out to try to field goal, but it's way too close to punt it. So they're going to go for it here. 4th and 12 here at the Harpeth 27-yard line or 28-yard line. 11 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
See if you throw a little lollipop in the end zone here and get your receiver behind them.
Twins to the right, straight drop back. And they got a wheel route and got a man. It's picked up. I say open, he's wheeled over. It's picked off, and he gets it back to about the 31-yard line. Underthrew that ball. If he'd have thrown it out in front of him, if you can get another look at that real quick.
Yeah, we gotcha. He had him.
He has him open there for just a little bit. If he throws it out in front of him, he's got the angle better, but he underthrows him, and the Harpeth defender gets the ball there. So now Harpeth takes the ball over. Basically no harm, no foul on their turnover, unfortunately.
Yeah, that one doesn't hurt that much. It was effectively a punt, you know. A little
third. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard, at the Harpeth 32. Number 9, Carson Malk. Looks like he's set up to be the quarterback for Harpeth. Motion to the left.
Oh.
And man, a little bit quick. I don't see any flags, and he runs off tackle play to the right. Gains about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line of the Indians. Looked like we may have been a little bit offsides, but the referee didn't throw his flag over there on the far side.
He looked like he definitely jumped for me, and we both kind of made an audible noise at it, but nothing, and we'll take it.
Carter Dunn coming into the game for the Tigers. Twins to the left. Motion left. And a quarterback and a reverse.
Oh, he's looking.
And a pass. He's wide open out here. Gets behind the coverage. Number 13 for the Indians. Weaves in and out, and finally tackles brought down at the 10-yard line by Carter Dunn. Some fancy trickery there, reverse pass, and the defensive backfield for the Tigers fell asleep. Just literally fell asleep.
The play was so long that we didn't capture it all.
Didn't capture it all. But there was a flag back here at about the 30-yard line. Looks like it's going to come back a little bit. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Indians.
Well, I didn't see anything.
It was way back behind the play. And not real sure exactly how they're going to. I guess it was after the play since it's unsportsmanlike conduct, so they're going to mark it off from the 10-yard line. I was kind of hoping it was back at the point of the foul, but evidently it's at the end of the play. So the Indians have it at the Mount Pleasant 25-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the game. Excuse me, not in the game. In the first quarter here in Mount Pleasant. Have a tight slot right. Twins left. Got Charlie Wilson now in at quarterback. Slide motion left. And a handoff at the middle.
That's a big boy.
To number 9, Carson Malk. Good size young, like you said, good size young man coming up in there. Only gains about 2 yards. Met him in the hole pretty well right there.
If you're going to run in the meat of that defensive line, you better be pretty good size or get through it quick. That's too
Braden Parrish was the one who made the tackle on that play. So 2nd and 8. A slide motion to the left. And again, a handoff to the left side. Finds a little seam, slide steps, and dodges the tackles. Finally brought down by number 24, Dakota Alderson right there. It's going to be third and a short 2, 3rd and 1. For the Indians at the Mount Pleasant 21-yard line.
Yeah, this is, don't jump off sides here. I totally expect them to try to draw you off sides and pick up an easy one.
Especially with the history that Mount Pleasant's had in the last 2 or 3 weeks on that.
Oh, this is a powerful.
And we did it again.
Gosh darn it.
Unfortunately, anxious to make that play right there.
Saw that one coming.
Yeah, we kind of anticipated the long count right there. And again, we just gotta settle in. We gotta make sure we're paying attention to the things we're supposed to be paying attention to, and that's the movement of the ball, not the quarterback's voice. 2 tight ends, stack I for the Indians, handed to the fullback on the first man through, right up the middle, and he gets about a yard and a half right there, and the whole front for the Mount Pleasant Tigers makes the stop. So it'd be 2nd and about 8. 2nd, 8 and 9 at the 10-yard line. The Indians making a drive here after a big play on a double reverse pass. 2 tight ends, stacked I, unbalanced to the right. Hopefully Mount Pleasant sees that and adjusts. Gives it to the 3rd man through, has a train leading him all the way, and he scores on that play right there. He had two big men leading him through right there and just waded his way through the Mount Pleasant defense. And so with 7 minutes and 54 seconds, Harpeth puts the first touchdown on the board.
He just followed that lead blocker, and he followed it all the way to the end zone.
Just a simple power play. Again, they had an unbalance to the right. And after the extra point here, we take a quick look at it. Had an unbalance to the right, and I don't know that the Mount Pleasant defense saw it, and we were outnumbered to the right. Just didn't have enough people. And the kick is up, and it is good.
Let's take another look at that.
Another quick look at that play. You notice we have 4 blockers here to the right. Our outside linebacker just overruns the play, and the rest of the time they just push their way through on the blockers. So with 7 minutes, 54 seconds, the Harpeth Indians take the lead over the Mount Pleasant Tigers 7-0. And, well, Seth, we took a little bit long on that, so we're just going to stay right here.
Sounds like a plan. We got plenty to talk about. Hate going down 7-0 this early.
Yeah, and a lot of it was just undisciplined play. The big reverse. We had a man staying home for the reverse, ducked up inside, and the guy gets outside. The defensive back took off with the first fake and left the receiver unguarded. Just basic play that if we'll get ourselves back together, we should be in good shape, but we've got to watch those. We got to watch our discipline. And again, we get down here 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, got a chance to stop him at the 20-yard line, and we jump.
Yeah, and not to mention, I mean, we had a short field, and just couldn't get anything going.
Wasn't able to take advantage of that. With jumping, pre-snap penalties, drive killers and drive extenders. All right, we'll be kickoff here. Harpeth stays in a huddle for a long time, so the Mount Pleasant front gathers up with them, make sure the onside kick, they don't do that herd onside kick right there. Looks like Charlie Wilson does a lot for Harpeth, the kicker as well. Ball, we stumbled right there. Carter Dunn trying to catch the ball. Catches his toe on the turf right there. You got to watch those turf monsters, especially with this new one.
And we don't know.
It'll grab you.
Yeah, and we really don't know how it's gonna, how this in the rain is gonna hold up. I mean, it's supposedly pretty tough with rain, but we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, this new turf, it does drain quite well. So not anticipating too many problems with the turf necessarily. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at their own 22-yard line. Down 7-0 to the Harpeth Indians here in this Region 5 tilt. Twins to the left, and a handoff to the right, and They are all over Jakari McClure. There's got to be a breakdown in the blocking or a stunt right there that we just didn't catch. They caught Jakari McClure trying to get out, and he tries to give a little bit of ground to try to get around him, and then you just can't do that when you get caught that quick.
Yeah, I think he lost 8 yards on that play.
That 2nd and 18, back all the way back at the 10-yard line. Mount Pleasant's got to get themselves settled down, settled in.
What a killer.
Get a rhythm here.
It's Harpeth's
Okay,
defense.
trips to the left. McClure to the left of right. Gets a signal from the coach here to the side. Maybe a change in the play.
He's trying to communicate it with his wideouts. He's looking at him a lot. Yep.
And hand a little RPO inside the right. Makes a good move right there. Gets about 8 yards. If we'd have had that on first down, it would have been 2nd and short. Good little RPO play right there.
He was trying to communicate with the receivers before pre-snap there, and I don't know what he was trying to say, but he found a little soft spot in the middle of the defense.
Found Smith there in that soft. Well, that was a pass that they tried up here a while ago in the first series, and he stopped his route a little bit. Coaches saw that it was open. We're going to go back to it. Okay, now trips to the right. McClure on the left hip. John Michael Wright. Straight drop back. He's looking. He's looking.
Oh, goodness.
And out to the flat. And incomplete.
Got a flag
intended for Jaden McClure.
In the rain.
And the rain has started. Everybody's scrambling for their ponchos and umbrellas. So far, the angle of the rain is keeping it out of our window, so we're happy about that.
I wonder what this flag is. They're talking about it.
They're pointing towards Harpeth's front, but
they're waving it
and
off.
they're waving the flag off. Not real sure what the situation was, but it brings up 4th and 9 from the 20-yard line, so Mount Pleasant will line up to punt. Braden Case, who also serves as the kicker, is also the punter. Again, this is one of those situations. Need a good snap and a good kick. Get it out of here. Good snap. One step and a kick. Good punt. Goes back to about the 45-yard line. Takes a Mount Pleasant bounce and keeps on rolling. Good coverage right there by Mount Pleasant. And the kick goes all the way to the Harpeth 29-yard line. An outstanding punt. Let's see.
We're doing our math.
About a 50-yard punt right there.
Man, yeah.
Great job by Case right there, getting that and flipping the field for the defense now.
Yeah, that was a heck of a punt. In the rain, in the mist, maybe a little, maybe.
Yeah, it's a light rain right now. So at the 29-yard line, Harpeth will take over, 1st and 10, leading this game 7-0 with 6:05 in the first quarter.
Hate to state the obvious, but you don't want to go down by 2 scores in the first quarter if you're Mount Pleasant.
Not in this situation.
No.
Not with the weather coming on as it is. And again, the hard count gets the defensive front.
Seems like Harpeth has a game plan and they know what to do. It seems like
they have watched. They've watched the tape,
and you can
tell. They know that we're a jumpy group. It's got to be disciplined. Got to watch the ball. Hand off to the left, up the middle, and not much room there. Plugged up by Connor, and looks like Braden. No, that's Evan Plunkett right there. And Braden Parrish all met him right there at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 5 now. No gain on the play. Good job by the defense avoiding any more further damage off of that penalty.
Yeah, not much room there. But if you're going to run in the middle of the defense, we've said it all year, good luck.
You got to move a lot of bodies right there.
And Harpeth has a pretty big line. They're a lot larger than some other teams we've seen, but let's see how this
slide in motion to the right.
Oh.
Bootleg, and we fall for the bootleg fake. Good coverage there.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass on a bootleg pass right there. Again, our outside linebacker bit on the fake, and quarterback gets outside contained. Really, if he'd have tucked it and run, he had a lot of green right there in front of him. So now it brings up 3rd and 5 at the 34-yard line of the Indians. Big 3rd down play right here by the defense. Need this. We need this stop.
Yeah, I'd like to get the ball back pretty soon and get some offense going, because we haven't seen any, very little offense.
Offense has got to get things untracked here. Trips to the left, wide receiver to the right.
Hold your water.
And reverse motion. Quarterback draw comes up, gets the first down at about the 45-yard line, finds a seam in the rush right there, and is able to escape the rush and run forward on the quarterback draw. Again, just he looked up for the hitch. We all kind of jumped towards the hitch, left a seam, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, he just kind of picked his way through the defense to pick up that first down. Nice little footwork by a quarterback there. And
now Charlie Wilson seems to be one of the main characters, one of the main cogs for the Indians.
He avoided a couple of would-be tacklers.
Trips to the left, handoff right up the middle. Ooh. Angling to the left to number 9, Carson Mott. Like I said, good size running back right there. Brings his load. Got to hit him low and keep after him. We've got a man down.
Carter Dunn, I believe. 22.
Yeah, it's 22, Carter Dunn. So while they take care of him, we're going to take a break right now and hear from some of our sponsors. You're listening to Mount Pleasant football on the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week and on the Kennedy Broadcasting Network.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
We're back here at Mount Pleasant. Indians on the drive right now. Carter Dunn was the injured player from Mount Pleasant. Got up and was able to get to the sideline under his own power, so hopefully he'll be back in the game a little bit later. Got 4 minutes and 14 seconds left in this first quarter. Trips to the left. Delayed handoff up the middle, and he's met right at the hole by number 23, Braden Parrish, and number 69, Connor Scherer right there. Shut that play down quickly for a loss on the play. Brings up 3rd and 10. Great play there, staying at home and making a good read and a good solid tackle against a pretty good size running back right there.
Yeah. Harpeth has some size. If you guys can't tell from our live stream here, Harpeth is not a small team. I know they're 1-2 on the year, but they've got some size to them, and we've got to be ready to go.
I think part of they're small in numbers as well, and that may be what's cost them the last couple is wearing down. Tight slot to the right, Twins to the left. 3rd down and 10, and there's a timeout called. And a delay of game.
Well.
So penalty, that's gonna help the Mount Pleasant cause right there. 3rd and 15. Harpeth doesn't even get back in their huddle. They're just going to stay with the play that they have. Slide motion to the left. Fake the handoff and a little flat route, and it's not. It's intended for number 25, Hudson Ely, and it's a little bit too far out in front, and the Mount Pleasant defense holds on this series. Forces the punt from the Harpeth Indians.
Good stop.
Good defensive series right there. Staying at home, making good plays, good sure tackles.
Let's see if we can get some offense going.
Yeah. Get this return, maybe get a good return here and get some things set up for us. Hunter kicks it, a short punt over to the right side of the field, and it takes a Mount Pleasant bounce and bounces backwards back to about the 45-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Only about a 15-yard punt right there. So there's a big help. Good field position for Mount Pleasant on this series now with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Mount Pleasant down 7-0 to the Harpeth Indians, but hopefully here can get things going.
Third possession of the game. We got to see a little offense here. Let's move that ball.
Yeah, the offense really has been sputtering. The Harpeth defensive front has been getting a lot of penetration. Twins both ways. Straight drop back. Sees man in the middle of the wide open number 8 right there. Jalen Smith gets a post pass. Gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. A beautiful pattern, what we just call all goes right there. And they caught Harpeth in a cover 3.
Yeah, no, that was finally moving the ball downfield, found that open receiver. You could tell he's been looking, and he finally found him and
hit
caught
him right
him
in
streaking.
Stride.
Yeah.
Hit him right in stride and safety. The safety was having to play both inside receivers, and all John Michael was trying to do was wait and see which way he went and threw the other way. So now we got 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line.
Let's punch it in.
Getting set up, a little mix up there on the formation. And in order to avoid the delay of game, Mount Pleasant calls a timeout. So with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, it is the Harpeth Indians 7, Mount Pleasant Tigers 0. You're listening to the Game of the Week on 101.7 and on the Front Porch Sports Network.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
We're back here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, with Mount Pleasant on the drive after a big pass play to Jalen Smith from John Michael Wright to move them all the way down here to about the 11-yard line, between the 11 and 12-yard line. 1st and 10. They can get a first down at about the 2. Got trips to the right. Got a slide motion to the right, a little quick pitch to McClure. He sees a seam, turns it upfield, and just beats through 2 or 3 tacklers right there. Great little run. Looked like he was just about to get in, comes up to about a yard short.
First down.
So 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. It looks like an option, but that was actually a sweep from the get-go.
You had a good block
got a bunch
out there.
to the left. We got a bunch to the left. McClure to the right. Ooh. And a bobbled snap. McClure gets it on the bounce and scores. You would call it a handoff, but it wasn't quite a handoff right there. And McClure comes offside. Good push there by the left side of the line. Let's take a quick look at that while we're coming out for the extra point. And you see a good push right there. They took everybody on the Indians defense back into the end zone. McClure was able to, once he got control of the ball, was able to go in untouched. So that puts the Tigers within 1 point here, pending the extra point.
Good job handling that high snap, too,
Yes.
and getting it down. It wasn't easy.
And the kick is up.
Get it in there.
And it's good. And with 1 minute and 56 seconds left, the Tigers have tied the game up 7-7 against the Indians of Harpeth. Looks like both teams are moving pretty quick here in between the transitions, so we're going to stay right here.
That weather, yeah, I've been monitoring the weather over here independently, and it's all around us, y'all. So we're trying to get this game in with no lightning delays if possible, and it's probably good to have a healthy pace to this game.
But a great setup there. Defense. It started with the defense, getting that 3 and out, and getting a punt with a good bounce on the punt, good field position, starting at about the 45-yard line. John Michael Wright was able to find Jalen Smith on that long pass to get us set up down there, and then McClure was able to finish it off.
Yeah. Let's give some props to John Michael for keeping his composure. A few bad drives, a few bad plays, interception. He was able to make a good throw, handle a bad snap, and get us, help us get a touchdown.
So far, Seth, Mount Pleasant's been their own worst enemy. They've allowed drives to keep on going or stop drives by their own penalties. Squib kick on the ground, takes a big bounce, picked up at about the 25. And then
tackle.
Defense, the whole kick coverage team meets him at about the 35-yard line. Good job disrupting the return right there. So many people hit him right there. It was kind of hard to see who made the first contact.
Yeah, it was a good gang tackle. And these kickoffs, you need to get down there, swarm them, get them down, because bad things can happen on these kickoffs.
So the Harpeth Indians take over at the 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line, with 1 minute 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Score's tied 7-7. Got twins to the right. Got running backs on either side of the quarterback. Motion out to the right. And a quick pitch out to the right side. And he beats containment out there. Actually didn't beat containment, but he beat pursuit out there. First met by number 23, Braden Parrish.
Number 33, Neely. He's tackled by a host of Tigers. Brings up second down and short.
Neely for the Indians on the carry right there.
Even I was looking at these receivers for Harpeth. Even their receivers have some length to them. I mean, they're just tall, long guys. And like you said, they might not have a ton on the team, but the people out there playing, there's some large young men.
One of the few lines that can match us size for size.
Yeah. I mean, we got to be ready for them all night. Get back. That's freshman Paxton Williams, I believe.
We have got to be able to stay in.
What is that, the third one tonight, Coach?
Yes, and unfortunately it's been him on all three of them.
Yeah, he's
getting
an earful.
Connor, one of the senior leaders on this team, is getting into his face right there and saying, pay attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to here. We can't just keep giving them yards. 1st and 10 at the Indian 47-yard line. Motion to the left. Quick pitch out to the left, and attack gets it turned back inside, but the pursuit doesn't quite get there in time. Number 24 for Mount Pleasant, Dakota Alderson, makes the tackle, but after a gain of about 4 yards, we had good penetration right there to stop the play and turn him back into the defense, but there was a seam. Our inside-out pursuit just wasn't there this time.
Had them dead to rights in the backfield and kind of let them go, and those ones always, like you said earlier, we kind of shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit.
All right,
there.
And that is the end of the first quarter with the Harpeth Indians and Mount Pleasant Tigers tied 7-7. You're listening to the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on 101.7 WKOM and on the Kennedy Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we're back here for the beginning of the second quarter here in this Region 5 tilt between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Harpeth High School Indians. Scores tied 7-7. Both offenses have kind of sputtered here. Have had one good drive and then sputtered the rest of the way. Got second and about 6. And fakes the handoff inside, a little swing pass outside, and great job there by Dakota Alderson reading that play well and makes the play behind the line of scrimmage for about a yard loss. That's going to create 3rd and 7.
And I went ahead
at the 50-yard line.
Replayed it, you know, I like the pursuit here by.
Super job there, staying at home, seeing, you know, doesn't bite on the fake right there. If you read your keys, those fakes shouldn't beat you.
Yeah.
And again, as an old coach right there, you talk about certain keys, certain things you're looking for. The fakes work when you're not actually reading the keys that you're supposed to.
Hey, Dakota had a good game last week, too, so
Sure
shout
did.
out to our junior, Dakota Alderson, and he's humming around this field.
Straight drop back. Scrambles to the right, has a man open, but underthrows him while he's running there. Charlie Wilson's under a little bit of pressure, got outside the rush right there. And again, I have a feeling these coaches are going to talk to him at halftime. He got outside the rush, and if he decides to tuck that ball and run, there's not too many people out there that are going to be able to stop him.
Yeah. I mean, that was an option, and his receiver had a couple steps, maybe 1 or 2 steps on the defensive back, and if he could have just zipped it in there, he might have taken it to the house for Harpeth. So thankfully not.
So 4th and 7. Harpeth lines up for the punt at the 50-yard line. Low snap, gets the kick off. There's a flag in the backfield, and they're going to let it bounce and try to let it roll, but probably should have caught that and kept it from rolling anymore. They down it at the 5-yard line. But let's wait and see what this flag back here in the backfield. Usually, if it's in the offensive backfield, there's some kind of illegal procedure.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
We don't want to start
Believe
at the
me.
5.
Yes, we have an illegal procedure against Harpeth, so we're definitely going to take that penalty and make them kick it over. Probably an alignment issue because he waited till the ball was snapped to throw that flag. Usually if it's an illegal procedure before the snap, they kill the play.
Yeah, that's a good break for the Mount Pleasant Tigers there because nobody wants to start on the 5. It just
Need to
makes
take
everything.
advantage of it now. Okay, again, have the punt. Ooh, get close on a block right there. This time we catch it in the air, gets a return, gets an edge, dodges a couple of tacklers, gets cut back. Now he's got that scored up the field.
Oh, man.
And he gets a great return. That was J.P. Easterling right there, slipped a couple of tacklers up the beginning and gets the ball all the way back to the Harpeth 42-yard line.
And we got the end of that there where with him making a few people miss, some good blocking on the punt return. Some
Had
good
escort.
blocking.
So Mount Pleasant starts in great field position again in the Harpeth end of the field. See if we can't drive down and make this count. Short slot to the right, Twins left. LeClure to the right of right. Slide motion to the left, shift to the left. LeClure gets a handoff to the left side, tries to get outside the defense, can't get outside, slides back up inside for a gain of about 2 yards. Second and a long 8, possibly 9. Didn't really give him the spot I thought he should have got right there.
No, I agree with
But about
you.
a half yard, really not going to make a point difference at this point. Second and 9. 10 minutes, 12 seconds and counting.
Carter Dunn is back out there. He is walking with a noticeable limp.
Trips to the right. McClure to the right.
Oh.
And we get another pre-snap penalty. Movement up on the line again.
Well,
our nemesis right now is ourselves.
Agreed. It's been a
What was that the old Pogo cartoon? We have met the enemy and he is us.
just because school's out doesn't mean we're not learning tonight, everybody. I mean, we have, like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot, which isn't as eloquent as you, Coach, but too many times tonight.
Yeah, we just got to get disciplined about our pre-snap routines and the pre-snap reads and offense, knowing the snap count. Okay, trips to the right with a stack in the slot. Little quick pitch to the right,
Get upfield.
and he gets an edge out there with a couple of good blocks by wideouts, and he gets up the field to about the 25-yard line. Unfortunately, I think they're going to call a holding on one of those blocks. Don't know about that. Let's take a look at that and see what.
We caught the end of it.
Caught the end of the play right there.
Who was that on the run, Coach?
That was McClure on the run.
Ooh, he turned on the afterburners. He looked a little bit quicker.
Got the seam, got two good blocks on the outside by his wide receivers, and evidently the referee said that one of them didn't do it the right way.
Yeah, I saw Harpeth signaling right away, that walk it back, and that's unfortunate.
A lot of times you tell your wide receivers, if you can keep your hand on the inside of the frame, you get your hands on the outside, that's when they're going to call the holding. Keep your hands on the inside of the frame, and you can get away with an awful lot more.
When you get extended,
All
it's
right,
like a
second.
Yeah.
That's a different setup. This should have been first down. I don't know why. 2nd and 20.
Double reverse.
Okay, reverse to Easterling. Gets around the corner. Good job blocking there by John Michael right after he hands off on the handoff before the reverse. Got out there and did a good job kind of giving him a corner. Isn't able to get too many yards on that. So now we have third and 12.
Good effort.
Here at the 44-yard line of the Indians.
Well, this is always difficult to pick up a 3rd and long. Let's just see what we got.
Yeah,
what coach has got.
defensive front backs off their ears. They're coming in a pass rush. Maybe a screen behind them or something like that. Straight drop back pass. And he's got.
Whoa.
Throws into double coverage, and the ball is intercepted by the safety. Number 33 for Harpeth is John Michael Neely, just sitting back in center field. That time was not a really good decision by John Michael Wright. He threw into double coverage right there. Didn't really have anybody deep. Probably should have checked down.
And then we got a hurt Tiger down here at the 6-yard line. It looks like was that number 1?
Is that Jaden McClure? I think that was who he was trying to throw the ball to right there. Jaden McClure is down. Kind of got tangled up in the legs of the man who of Neely in that interception. We're going to take a break here, an injury timeout, with 9 minutes and 15 seconds to score. Mount Pleasant 7, Harpeth 7. Listening to the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on WKOM 101.7 and the Kennedy Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Yes, that was Jaden McClure, but he got up and walked back on his own, so it looks like he may be back here shortly. He's got to get that worked out just a little bit.
He fell awkwardly in his effort to catch that.
And a reverse handoff fake the handoff up the middle, reverse, and a great job on the defense right there by
Holt, number 29. Holt, Hunter Holt.
Okay. Say my numbers, evidently my numbers aren't quite correct right there.
I might not be seeing his number correctly.
But Hunter Holt was really good job staying home. They faked the inside.
Yeah, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay, and on my roster that's blank. So
Hunter Holt, he's a
all right,
sophomore.
got an injury timeout for the Indians. Can't tell who it is. So we're going to take another timeout, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
The injured player for the Harpeth Indians was number 9, Carson Malt. Got second and about 6 at the 15-yard line. Stacked eye, power off to the left side by number 33, John Michael Neely right there made the interception to get the turnover right there. Pretty good job by the defense facing that power play a while ago. That's the play they scored on, and able to just wade their way through it. We did a better job closing that power lane down. So now it's 3rd and 4 at the 18-yard line. Really need this 3rd down stop to pin him back and get the ball in decent field position again.
That Tigers defense was crowding the line there. They were expecting it, and they snuffed it out really quick. I think they've got those power plays diagnosed now.
Once they get up in that smoke eye, really not a whole lot you can do other than run a power play or a sweep off of that.
You see it here again. No safety back for the Tigers.
And straight drop back and a little quick out. And Jalen Smith made a great jump on that ball right there and almost had a pick 6.
I got it here on replay.
Super play, super read right there. Only one receiver. Everybody knows it. Quarterback looks for him, and Smith gets a great jump on it.
He tried to snipe it. He tried to snipe it.
And here's where in film they're going to tease him. That's why he's a defensive back.
Yeah, I mean it was his, and then he could have crawled in for the 6 points. But
super read on his part, and a huge play right there to keep Harpeth pinned down in their own part of the field. So now it's 4th and 4 at the 18-yard line. Get the snap and a punt. Low line drive punt. And it's picked up by Easterling. Excuse me, that's not Easterling. And
flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Unfortunately, I think they're going to get Easton Plunkett for holding on that play.
Yeah, blocking
that was Nazir Carter on the return.
Sophomore here at Mount Pleasant High School.
And an official timeout. Not real sure what it's about.
And he's coming over here to the Mount Pleasant.
They called it holding.
And his tent you see in the way.
Let's see, 1, 2. That was a 15-yard penalty. Evidently, there was a personal foul or something.
He signaled block in the back. I think we're having a lightning, unfortunately.
And there.
You think you tell the players before you tell them?
No, there's something. The referee's got the 10. I didn't see any flashes of lightning.
No, it's not. I stand corrected. It's not lightning. He went in he informed our principal, Mr. Eric Hughes, of something, and Mr. Eric Hughes is going to take care of something. I could not tell you what that is. Maybe an unruly fan, maybe some profanity.
First and 10, Mount Pleasant, the 45-yard line there, straight drop back. Looks to the out route, has really a good pass right there to Easterling. And he wasn't able to finish the play. Broken up by number 6. C.J. Turner for the Indians did a good job putting his fist right on the ball and knocking it out of Easterling's hands before he could secure it. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line. 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Score is still tied, 7-7 here between Harpeth and Mount Pleasant. Got 4 receivers to the right. Hand off to the run to the right. McClure sees a gap, turns up into it, and gets close to the first down. Looks like he might have enough for the first down, and they go ahead and signal 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the Harpeth 44-yard line.
Hey, he seems to be running with a little bit more of a purpose this evening. I mean, he's just quick.
When he sees the gap, when he sees the seam, he's planting his foot and getting up in the field, which he did not do last week very well.
No, I agree, because it's a difference, a notable difference.
Trips to the left, wide receiver to the right, McClure to the right. And the handoff to McClure going to the left, tries to plant and turn back up inside, and there is nothing there.
Well, I jinxed him.
Carson Mock makes a play from his linebacker position right there, slides up through the line.
There was just nothing there for him.
Just nothing there, and he was never able to turn his shoulders and get up the field. With a big back like McClure, if he ever gets his shoulders turned, then he's going to get tough.
I hear that about someone named Derrick Henry before, too.
Yes, that's the way you had to attack him, get him before he could turn his shoulders upfield. 2nd and 13 at the Indian 47-yard line. Trips to the right, McClure to the right. Straight drop back, look quick out route here to Jaden McClure. Slips one tackler and is able to get close. They call it there's another flag.
Pass interference.
And they call him pass interference. Man.
Well, it happened after he caught the ball, and he was 50.
Must be an illegal block in the back or something. I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't see that. It looked like to me it was a pretty good block, and we weren't able to get the replay on that one in time.
He had a lot of room to run.
They pulled. Penalty was on Avery Johnson. Their coaches are pulling him out and trying to explain to him at least what the referee was saying. But again, it looked like a pretty good block to me.
Yeah, you're always happy
once you're engaged, then the defensive person cannot just turn his back on you to get a block in the back. And of course, a lot of that is seeing, the referee seeing it, and then on top of that, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct, so that's a 15-yard penalty added to that. And again, Mount Pleasant is just shooting themselves in the foot with undisciplined situations. And the rain has started again, but now Mount Pleasant has trying to see the down marker right now. It's second.
I put second in forever.
Quick screen, gets a couple of good blocks and splits the receivers. Good job on a quick screen out there. Don't know we got the whole thing on that.
Oh yeah, we did.
Okay, a little quick motion out there, gets a great block by the motion man, gets started upfield. Another good block up the field right there, and then turns on the jets.
He's quick too, boy.
And makes the play. Man.
Oh, what? No. Blocking the pass. Oh, no.
Let's look at that again and see, because I really don't think he blocked him in the back right there.
No,
he really doesn't even hit him. He just kind of seals him off.
That's a bad call.
Unfortunately, Mount Pleasant is falling victim to some ticky-tack calls at this point. And it is 3rd down in Giles County.
Yeah. And the cue here, Coach Mike, I was able to put 3rd and forever.
Screen pass back to the left. And Harpeth smelled that pretty quickly. Of course, there's not a whole lot you can do with 3rd and that long.
35, 40, goodness.
Yeah, something like that. But again, Mount Pleasant is becoming their own worst enemy at the moment. Though I will admit on that last call, that was a little bit of a.
And we looked at it.
And I didn't see the contact that they called right there.
Yeah, defender looked like he was on ice skates and just kind of
he
slipped.
just turned his. He comes in again. What I talked about, he turned his back to the blocker. And that's not supposed to be rewarded.
Nope. Let's get off a good punt here.
Well, I guess it's 3rd. No, I guess it's 3rd down. Our down marker's not working right now.
Yeah.
Straight drop back, and the rush gets to him, to John Michael right there, and now we're going to end up with 4th and a long, long ways to go.
I thought that was 4th per the previous play. I'm off.
I don't know what has happened to the down marker across the way. It has evidently quit working. So we're going to have to either use the board or see if we can't see the fingers of the referees as they show it.
Well, I'm confident now it's 4th down, and now we have to get off a good punt.
Now we got to get off a good. He's going to take a good punt to get it back to where we had it for 1st down. A horrible, horrible series there for Mount Pleasant.
How much time we got left in the second quarter, Coach?
We got 3 minutes and 52 seconds and counting here in the first half. Braden gets off a good punt away from the receivers. It's going to take a big bounce, and he gets a good roll. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 29-yard line of Harpeth. Good job by Braden right there, getting the ball off and getting a good roll, kicking it away from the receiver so they couldn't get it.
That was his second one of the night where he's kind of flipped the field a little bit for us, and that's important.
Importance of a good kicker.
Yeah.
Cannot be underestimated, excuse me. A good solid kicker, a good solid punter is a weapon at any level.
Yeah, and we've seen it twice tonight where he was able to help us out when we didn't help ourselves out. The punter kind of bailed us out.
1st and 10, Harpeth at their own 29-yard line. Stack eye, power play to the right. He's able to slip through a couple of plays, but not through the players. And again, we hit him at about 2 yards, and then we slid forward. We got to make sure we wrap him up. He's a big man. You try to roll block him to tackle him, it's not going to work very well. So now we have 2nd down and 6. Gain of 4 on that play. Second and 6 at the 34-yard line. Again, stack eye. Counter play, and a great play right there.
That's what you were talking about.
By penetration right there by Evan Plunkett. Saw the play, saw the read. From his linebacker position, the fullback went away from him, so your eyes are supposed to go back to the next back, and that's exactly what Plunkett did right there. Met him in the hole for a huge play. And again, the defense creates a 3rd and long situation. The sudden change, or really not a sudden change, but a momentum change here. Our defense is doing their job in holding the Indians at bay while the offense tries to get themselves untracked.
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of, we're bringing people up ready to defend this run nearly every play.
And another double reverse. This time we stay with him.
Flag.
And we got number 6 goes on the reverse. C.J. Turner trying to throw a pass. And now plays are coming. Flags are coming from everywhere.
Down Tiger.
I don't know that we're going to get to see that one. Trying to figure out what the flags were.
Can't tell.
And either some things have been said or there was a little extra. Of course, with our score block right there, it's kind of hard to see sometimes. But we got another player down on the ground.
Yeah,
I believe it was Avery Johnson, but I'm not positive about that.
I did see the refs, taking the time to chat with some of our players and it looked like they were telling them to maybe cool their backsides down a little bit. So I don't know if this has anything to do with it.
Okay, while they're tending to the player, we have ineligible receiver downfield for the Indians. Personal foul. Holding or that's a signal I haven't seen before.
And it looks like Coach Hartsfield is going to try to figure out what's going on. Maybe give him a little bit of how he's feeling.
Okay, if both penalties happen during the play, you only get to pick one. And I think that's what he's kind of seeing what his options are. If one happened after the play, then both of them are enforced. I think that's what the referee's explaining to him, is that both penalties happened during the play, so you only get to choose one.
I just got word too, Coach, that stoppage earlier that the referee stopped was due to a bullhorn in the stands.
I see. Yes. Yeah, and that is Avery Johnson that was injured and gets off the field on his own power.
Looks like personal foul, head-to-head contact on the offense.
All right, he signaled. Okay, he signaled both fists together. I'm used to seeing the fist to the head.
I'm using context clues here, but I'm.
So a big penalty right there. It puts Harpeth all the way back to their own 16-yard lines, between the 16 and 17-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and about 23. The defense now probably, coach probably alerting them to watch some kind of draw, some kind of screen play. Defensive backs, do not let the man behind you.
Yeah,
whatever you do, don't let him behind you.
They're not going to crowd the line on this one, I doubt.
Twins receivers either way, straight drop back and get the pass rush, and the pass rush gets to him. We've got big Connor Scher right there, just smashing the quarterback right there on the pass rush, and another loss. A good job by the defense again, keeping Harpeth down in their own end. It'll be 4th down at the 12-yard line. We're going to take a timeout, so we'll take a quick break here. You're listening to the Maury County Public Schools Game of the Week on WKOM 101.7 and the Kennedy Sports Broadcasting Network.
Do you want to be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
And we're back here, 4th and about 30.
Good punt.
Harpeth gets off a good punt. Eastling gets the ball, ranges to his right, sees a seam, gets a good block up the field, and gets a good return back up to the 31-yard line of the Indians. A great field position for the Mount Pleasant Tigers here with 1 minute and 31 seconds left in the half. Mount Pleasant's in great position here to get a score, and they're going to get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, a little double dip action maybe.
So hopefully we can get some momentum, get a couple of scores here back to back, and get control of this game.
Yeah, they're giving us everything we want so far in this first half of football. Maybe we underestimated them a little bit.
Well, I don't know that we underestimated it and stuff like that, but we have been shooting ourselves in the foot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
We got a slot wing set, short motion, handoff straight up the middle to Plunkett. Great hole right there by the offensive right side. And Plunkett really was anticipating a hit and didn't get it. Offensive right side did a great job right there. Looks like Braxton Brady and number 63, William Paxton, did a super job opening that hole there.
Plunkett's a hard runner, downhill runner.
Motion to the right. Straight drop back. He's got a man deep in the end zone and gets up for a jump up.
Ooh.
Oh!
Fortunate that wasn't picked.
Jakari McClure tried to out-jump the two Indian defenders for the ball right there and was not able to come down with it, but he did, number one, did a great job of keeping them from catching it. Again, John Michael Wright probably should not have thrown that ball there, thrown into double coverage.
Yeah.
You know, good chance, just throw that thing away, live to fight another day.
He made a play for it, but yeah, that's scary.
Okay, 3rd and 1. Short motion. Handoff going to the right side. Gets a great block right there and gets a good seam as Easterling right there off tackle. And the Mount Pleasant Tigers have found something in this slot wing formation that is giving them trouble. We got 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line with 44 seconds and the clock running. Again, slot left, wing right. Short motion, hands on a jet sweep to Easterling again. And he gets down to about the 6-yard line, and they call a timeout with 31 seconds left. I think that's their last timeout.
I think so too, Coach.
With 31 seconds left, it's Mount Pleasant 7, Harpeth 7, but Mount Pleasant driving on the 6-yard line. We'll be right back after these messages.
He shoots, and he scores!
And we're back here as the timeout is winding down. Both teams making their final instructions here off of this timeout. Mount Pleasant has the ball 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line. Some great play by the defense. They've gone to a new formation or a different formation they haven't shown this year. It's called a slot wing formation, and it's made Harpeth even their defense up. And they've been able to create some seams here.
Yeah, it looks like we got Braden Parrish lined up there at tailback too. Curious to see what they do with him.
So now this is the old traditional wing tee. And Easterling was under center right there, fakes the handoff on the fullback dive, and then follows the fullback up in there and gets a 1st down at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal. And the clock is running with 20 seconds to go.
This is it.
Mount Pleasant lines up real quickly. Fullback dive, and they stuff him at the line of scrimmage. They stuff him at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to have to hurry to get this play off. There's 7 seconds and counting. They're trying to line up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They get the snap off, and he gets tripped at the line of scrimmage, and he's not able to get the play off. And a tough end to the first half right there for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Big plays, had a big chance at getting some plays made and weren't able to get it punched into the end zone right there at the end of the half. So we're gonna take another break here at the half, and we'll come back for some of our halftime comments and scores and stuff. You're listening to Mount Pleasant Tigers football on the Kennedy Sports Broadcasting Network and WKOM 101.7 Murray County Game of the Week.
Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
We're back at halftime here, but in the Region 5 tilt between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Harpeth Indians, the score is tied 7-7. And Seth, we should be up at this point. There's been just a half of, even though we're tied in this game, we've shot ourselves in the foot several times and just not been able to get our offense untracked.
Oh, absolutely. I think we've seen it time and time again. I haven't been counting the penalties, but there have been plenty of penalties. We've had an unsportsmanlike, a couple of offsides, so maybe several offsides, and we've really struggled to I don't want to say maintain composure, but to not shoot ourselves in the foot. And I'm kind of repetitive with that, but we've got to clean it up because 7-7 at half. This is kind of the arch of last year's game against Harpeth too, and we gave it to them at the end. And we don't want to do that. We want to stay undefeated in the district, and we want to stay undefeated on the year. So we have to come up with. And we had a touchdown down there, darn it. We had a touchdown, and if we had one more time,
had a great chance at it, and. Just couldn't quite execute right there. Again, quarterback sneak with 1 yard to go, you'd think, and they were able to split the A gap between the guard and the center and able to push Easterling back and not let him get his feet under him.
Credit where credit's due, really, to Harpeth for
a front.
Yeah, goal line stand. I'm not a Harpeth fan. I'm rooting for our Mount Pleasant Tigers, but that was a good stop by Harpeth with the time ticking. And, usually we can, you can power or wedge your way for a yard or two, and we just couldn't do it.
But that. But there's also, again, the penalties have been the big story of the first half right here. We just get it. We got 2 big plays that were brought back. Now, albeit I would say 1 or 2 of those calls were what I would call ticky-tack calls by the referees, and I really believe that those probably, those hurt us a lot. But the other 7 or 8 penalties were not ticky-tack calls. And like you said, we just kept pushing ourselves back, and we're letting a team. You let a team hang around long enough, they're going to bite you, and that's what you got to be careful about.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you, Coach Mike. I mean, we've had some issues, some pre-snap issues on the defensive side, and some just through and through. So let's clean it up and go out. And we're still monitoring the weather. The rain is coming down.
But it's a light rain.
It is a light rain.
And the new field is doing a great job holding up. It's, don't really think that the rain is going to be that much of an effect on this game.
And earlier in the week, I mean, we were even discussing whether we were going to be here to play this game with the Hurricane Francine coming up, and most of that stayed west of us, and we've stayed relatively dry. I know our neighbors.
I think we were more worried about flooding, keeping the team Harpeth from getting here, and maybe some of our fans being able to get here and stuff. So each week we try to highlight a senior from the Mount Pleasant football team. And Seth, who did you get with this week?
We talked to starting center and a senior, like you said, Logan Pinkerton from the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Logan's been playing for 4 years. We're trying to highlight our seniors each week. He's the anchor of our offensive line, and as many people would tell you, as far as the offensive line is going to go, that's how our team's going to go. They're the ones not getting the shine as the Jakari and Jalen McClure are, or Evan Plunkett on some of those hard runs. The people doing the heavy work, moving the bodies, that's Logan Pinkerton right there in the middle of that offensive line as our starting center. So I thought it was important to try to get some one-on-one time with him, chat with him about his future, chat with him about how he thinks the season's going, and just get to know him a little bit better. And he's a great young man. I've enjoyed spending time with him for years, and I enjoyed talking to him today.
This is Seth Campbell with Front Porch Sports Network. I am sitting here today with starting center of your Mount Pleasant Tigers, Logan Pinkerton. Logan, how you doing today?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing real good. Listen, Mount Pleasant is off to a roaring start. You guys are 3-0 with wins against Wayne County, Spring Hill, and last week at a rain-soaked Waverly. This week, you keep up the district play, and you have Harpeth come into town. What do we have to do to get a win against Harpeth?
We just got to focus on what we've been planning all week, what Coach Hartsfield and Coach Holcomb have set for us. They're a real good team, so it's going to be tough for us, But I feel like we have all the keys and all the players in order to do it. So
Good deal. I know you're the starting center. You're the anchor of an offensive line that has moved some people around this year. I've heard Harpeth is pretty big. How are you going to fight them there on the line of scrimmage? How are you going to push them off the ball? Do you guys work together? Do you guys communicate throughout the game? Tell us what's going on with the offensive line.
Yes, sir. We work together, and really a mix of communication and working together. After every drive, we come off to the sideline and watch the last drive on the television. So we always point out really quick what we need to work on and what needs to happen in order for us to get, in the end zone. So.
Awesome. This is your 4th year playing as a Mount Pleasant Tiger, 4-year player and, our starting center. That's a pretty big deal. Tell us some things about that you've really enjoyed in your high school journey here playing for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Just maybe something that stands out that you've really enjoyed, a good memory that you have.
Really the community that always shows up every Friday it's really cool. It's really awesome every week coming out and knowing that the whole town's supporting us, want us to come out and get the W for them. And that's what we try to do every week for them.
Are you going to miss it when you're done?
Oh, of course I am.
Yeah. So on that note, you're going to graduate in May, and you start a whole new world out there, as a graduate of Mount Pleasant High School. What do you got on the horizon for you post-graduation? What are you thinking about doing? College, career tech, going straight into the workforce? What's your ideas?
I think I'll go to a trade school and, get my certifications and go to work from there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Logan, we're hoping for that big win against Harpeth tonight to go to 4-0, which is, 3-0 is an impressive start. 4-0 is even better. So go move some people off of that line. We'll get that ball in the end zone plenty, and we'll come out of there with another win. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And again, we're back here at halftime in the game between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Harpeth Indians. The score is tied 7-7. While we still have a few minutes here, let's look at a few scores across the region here. In Region 5, in all classifications, some of the teams that we might be paying attention to here, Collinwood is trailing Eagleville 12-7 at halftime. We don't have a score for East Hickman and Houston County. Tullahoma is up 14-0 over Franklin County for some of our listeners up in that division. Hickman County is trailing Lewis County at halftime 16-0. And Lincoln County is all over Spring Hill 42-14 at halftime. Tough week here for Spring Hill. Marshall County, for those of you that follow the Central Lions, Marshall County's up on Greenbrier 51-0 at halftime. So that game is already out of hand. Moore County is leading Wayne County. Excuse me, take that back. I'm sorry. Wayne County is leading Moore County 8-7. Again, that score is at halftime as well. Richland is over Fairview 14-10 with 4 minutes left in that half. Columbia and Shelbyville are tied 14 apiece with roughly a minute to go in the second quarter, at least as of this scoreboard. Springfield's up on Station Camp 27-0, and then White House over Whites Creek 20-14. So those are some of the scores from around the region here of some interest both to our listeners from Mount Pleasant and for some of the other listeners in the upper divisions in Region 5.
Yeah, and a lot of these teams that you just listed off, they're teams we're going to see this year. We have Lewis County coming up. I think next week is Summertown. I didn't hear them in there. I don't know if they're off this week, but we have Lewis County, East Hickman. These are teams we have to beat if we want to go to the playoffs and advance in the playoffs.
So what do you do, Seth? What do you do at halftime to change the track?
You quit making dumb mistakes, which, I mean, that's easy for me and you to say up here in the comfort of the press box here in Mount Pleasant. But down there, you got to tell your defensive line to stop jumping off sides. I think the defense actually recovered pretty well for the rest of the half, and they kind of figured out what Harpeth was doing, and they put a stop to it for the most part. The offense, let's move the ball. Maybe they found a little something on the edge there with those jet sweeps and getting McClure in some open space, but the penalties, oh man, the penalties just killed us. So quit committing penalties. And now I'm with you. I think some of them were ticky-tack, but now you know that this ref crew
is going to call it.
They're going to call it, so you better be on your P's and Q's.
And you've also got to make sure you maintain your composure, because it looks like they have a quick trigger as far as throwing flags for either mouthing or for other things. So you just got to be sure you're on top of yourself right there and make sure you keep your composure. But it's going to come down to execution.
Yeah.
And we've got to do the things the way we do them and the way we know how to do them. So far, when we execute like we can, Harpeth has not been able to stop us. Every time we have been stopped is because we have stopped ourselves, either with big penalties or small penalties. Harpeth really hasn't done much other than a play here or there. Those plays just happen to come right after a penalty, and it just makes that penalty even worse on us. The defense, like you said, kind of had a rough start with pre-snap penalties again, jumping. I think they kind of got themselves back together on that, and they really in the second quarter did a great job of shutting down Harpeth's offense, to the point where we had several opportunities. We had 2 or 3 opportunities where we had the ball in the Harpeth end of the field, especially right there before the end of the half. I mean, we had an outstanding opportunity getting the ball at about the 30-yard line, pushed it all the way down to the 1-yard line, out of timeouts. Just clock management was a little bit rough on that situation. And again, those are things that you learn you learn from, and keep your composure on that. We got to execute a little better. Again, we tried to run the quarterback sneak, which is usually a pretty safe play. The Harpeth guy was able to punch through the A gap right there and stop us before we were able to get that forward lean and that push. So
that's a frustrating way to end the half. So you
yes,
got to shake it off
is.
in the field house. You got to go in there. You got to shake it off. We get the ball to start the second half.
That's the positive side of that is we get the ball coming into the second half and have a chance to establish the momentum and to get the momentum on our side. I also think staying with a edge power game, which is what that wing T does, the wing T or the slot wing formation. It's a power play, but it's off the edge. It makes them stand and play football, but it also makes them chase us. And with only 30-some players on their team, the depth's going to become an issue. I think that's part of what has happened to them down the road, is that the depth becomes an issue against these better teams. So we're going to have to take advantage of our depth and our conditioning and take control of the game here, make them chase us, make them do the work.
Yeah.
And then, finish the game off.
Yeah.
Now, again, that being said, we cannot give them second chances with poor decisions. John Michael Wright's done a pretty good job throwing the ball, but he's also made a couple of poor decisions, thrown two interceptions by trying to force a ball that shouldn't have been thrown.
Yeah. The first one effectively served as a punt. The second one, but I mean, we also saw him make a good throw. Hit him in stride too.
If he makes his reads right and stuff like that, he doesn't need to force the situation, and that's the situation. Don't particularly want to take a sack, but throw it out of bounds. Throw it over receiver's head, out of bounds, and live to fight another day. And don't try to force the situation here. When it's open, hit him, and he's done a pretty good job of doing that. If we can just cut down the execution mistakes, cut down the pre-snap penalties, and keep our composure out there, and don't add to. We had a couple of plays where we had a big penalty and then we lost our composure, and since it was after the play, the unsportsmanlike was called and added to that. We just can't do that.
A little bit of this game, too, it does remind me a little bit. Better weather this week, surprisingly, but it reminds me a little bit of last week at Waverly. We're kind of, we're making some errors. We're not doing great in the first half. The second half, we got our stuff together and we pulled away. I would like to see that again, as would all Mount Pleasant fans. We'd like to pull away the second half. I think if we quit committing penalties, we pull away.
All right, we're going to take a quick break right here and listen to some of our fantastic sponsors. And when we come back, we'll be ready for the kickoff for the third quarter, kickoff in the second half. You're listening to the Maury County Public Schools Game of the Week on 101.7 and on the Kennedy Broadcasting Sports Network.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Maury County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
And we're back here for the beginning of the second half in our Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week here in Region 5 tilt between the Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Harpeth High School Indians. Glad to have you with us tonight. Again, you can hear us on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, about any platform you want to try to find us on at Kennedy Broadcasting. And if you want to go to our station website at frontporchradiotn.com, go on to there, go to the videos tab, and you can scroll down and find our game there. So
we'd love to have you.
Glad to have you aboard.
Any which way.
Again, the rain has tapered off. We've really been pretty lucky. Everybody was anticipating a lot of rain tonight, and it's ended up being a pretty nice night. Now, been a little bit of rain to kind of get things cooled off, actually. Other than that, really hadn't been much of an effect.
Nope, and just a junior meteorology report here from Campbell. It looks like rain is coming. It doesn't look like storms, but looks like we might be getting wet before the end of this one. But that's okay. Just no lightning, please.
All right. We have back deep for Mount Pleasant. Looks like number 20, Jakari McClure in the middle. Easterling to his right. And I believe is it Avery Johnson over here to the right?
Number 8.
Number 8. Jalen Smith. Okay, over here. Deep for Mount Pleasant. Harpeth's Swiss Army knife.
Oh,
call him. Charlie Wilson is going to be kicking off for them. They're all bunched up here, looking for the possible onside attempt. Referee blows the whistle to start, and Harpeth then spreads out.
Number 7, Wilson, the kick.
And we are underway here in the third quarter. Short kick to Easterling he pitches back to McClure, and he gets a seam to the right, to the left side, and gets up to about the 38. Trying to get McClure the ball here with the head of steam. Easterling caught the ball, took it up about 5 yards, and then turned around and pitched back to him at full speed. So we get a decent return out to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, hey, I mean, any which way to try to find a seam on that kickoff. I held my breath there for a second when he did that, but it looked pretty good. Don't know if that was the drawn up, but it looked good.
Already have a little bit of confusion. Looks like Evan Plunkett's going to be out at fullback for this slot wing set. Motion, jet motion.
Flag.
And another flag at the beginning in the backfield, which usually indicates an illegal procedure on the offense. Had a good gain on the play. Again, they found something in that slot wing formation that's giving the Indians problems. But unfortunately, our usual problem, a pre-snap penalty that pushes us back. So now it's going to have 1st and 15 from our own 33-yard line. I didn't see what happened. Evidently, a lineman shifted his foot or did something.
You just hate to start the second half that way, Mike.
Because the motion was legal.
Let's blow by.
Okay, John Michael gets everything straightened out. John Michael under center this time. Lewis wide wing rolls out to the right looking for a pass. Doesn't have anybody there. Tucks it. Ooh. And slides up under number 9, Carson Mock, and then gets a hello from number 77, Boo Moberly, as he kind of landed on top of him.
We don't see much under center from John Michael. That was
no, but this is again trying to set up a pass play off of that slot wing set. The problem is they widened out their slot, and that kind of gave away what they were going to try to do. So we got 2nd and about 14 now, 2nd and 15.
I think he's feeling that hit a little bit too.
Back in shotgun formation. Give the ball inside to Plunkett, who pushes forward about 5 yards, 6 yards. Gets a solid gain right there. Brings it back into 3rd and long.
Let me tell you, Mike, Carson Howe on our offensive line just pancaked somebody from Harpeth. And I mean, he gave him the business.
3rd and 8 from the Mount Pleasant 40-yard line. Slot wing again, motion to the right. Roll out to the right. And he's got a man in the flat here. Had him between the safeties and the linebackers, just couldn't quite make the connection right there to Easterling. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8 from the 40-yard line. Not exactly the start we wanted here in the 3rd quarter, getting the ball.
Starting behind the sticks like that really stinks.
Again, the pre-snap penalty puts us in a tough spot, and it's hard to get those, back. See if Braden can get them pinned back. He's been doing a pretty good job tonight.
Junior here at Mount Pleasant High School.
Good snap. Gets the punt off, middle of the field, and they let it bounce. This time they pick it up at about the 25-yard line, get out to about the 28-yard line.
I'll take it.
With good coverage right there. A pretty good punt. Easterling was on the tackle right there. So hopefully we can keep them down here. Now they got 1st and 10, Harpeth Indians at their own 27-yard line. They got 9 minutes and 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Score still tied 7-7 here in this Region 5 tilt. The 2nd region game for both of these teams. Harpeth comes out with twins to the right. Traditional I backfield. And a handoff to the tailback straight up the middle of the field. He's met in the line there by Dakota Alderson for a gain of about 2.5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Again, defense needs to step up right here, get a 3 and out, give their offense a chance to get themselves untracked.
Yeah, maybe make a play. Maybe try to. We had an interception earlier and just dropped it. We'd love to have another one here and get some momentum.
This time they got twins to the left, here to the wide side of the field. And a sweep and a fake the reverse this time, and it fools us. Pretty good job right there by Jalen Smith, keeping him from getting the breakaway play right there. This time they faked the reverse, and we bit. The whole defense, everybody except for Smith went with the reverse fake right there. Got to hand it to him. Pretty good play right there. They've had some success with that reverse. We knew it. They knew we'd probably overreact to it, and we did.
Like a school of fish on that one. Just
first and 10. First and 10, Harpeth at their own 47-yard line. Twins right, or Twins left, and straight up the middle again. And again, about a 3-yard gain. Met in the middle of the line by a host of Mount Pleasant tacklers, led by Evan Plunkett. Second down and 7. 8 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Scores tied 7-7. Another handoff to the right side, and this time nowhere to go. Jaden McClure, and looks like Paxton Williams was in on that tackle right there. Connor Scherer was in on that tackle as well. So now 3rd and 7, exactly where we want to keep them as much as we can.
Jaden looked like he had that thing diagnosed from the get-go and just got in there and blew the whole thing up, and the D lineman didn't budge either. That was a good stop. 3rd and pretty long here. Let's get off the field, guys.
Ball's right on the 50-yard line. In the middle of P on the field logo. Motion to the right. Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback keeps, and he's sacked. Dakota Alderson coming through, getting great penetration, gets the quarterback trying to get outside. They faked the jet and tried to follow him. And
we got the replay right here. We got a little bit of the early action on it, but this play was
and
blown
evidently
up.
There's a flag, an illegal block by the Indians, probably going to decline that and force them penalties declined, which is going to bring up 4th and
quite a bit.
4th and about 16 if I've got this. No, 4th and about 14, 15. Again, the defense comes up big right there. Gets the stop, keeps the Indians from penetrating into Mount Pleasant territory. Now we're set up for the punt, to receive the punt here.
Love to get a block here.
Or a good solid return.
Yeah.
And it's a short punt. Shanked it off to the right, kicks it out of bounds. The ball goes out of bounds at about the, where is the referee going on that? Okay, now the back judge came up. The side judge was going way back out there. And the back judge gets it. Mount Pleasant's going to get it right at their own 45-yard line. So really about a 5-yard punt right there.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Great field position for Mount Pleasant. If we can get some positive yards here on first down, that will be a huge help. 6 minutes, 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Here in a tie score in Region 5 tilt. Jet motion. Can the ball off to Jaden McClure, gets around the right side and trying to get a block there from his brother. And oh no,
that was late as sin.
That he had to think about that one way too much. And again, I'm sorry, that's a ticky-tack call. I'm sorry. He was engaged. He was engaged with him right there, and the guy turned his back and ran on him. I usually try to avoid being too critical, but that is a poor call. I'm sorry, that's just a poor call.
And coach, it came in plenty late.
And it's and that was the thing. He had to think about it, which tells me there's something wrong with that call. And it came from the back judge, didn't come from the side judge, basically from the wrong player, wrong place. Unfortunately, it is called 1st and 20 Another penalty sets us back on our heels. We're in the slot wing. Motion to the left. Handoff straight up the middle to Plunkett. And a good gain. Unfortunately, we got a lot of yards to get. We get good gain on what would be normally a first down. Brings up 2nd and about 13.
When you start so far behind the sticks, a nice fullback dive there or what have you, and it just,
Yeah, we can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot, but these referees are being a little bit ticky-tacky. Motion to the right, and again, another pre-snap penalty. I don't understand what they're calling that is so. I'm not seeing any. I did not see any movement in the line that time. Did you get it?
No, I didn't. And I didn't personally see anything either. You're starting to hear it from the Mount Pleasant faithful, though. They're getting aggravated. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift. Evidently, Jalen wasn't. Not Jalen. Excuse me. Easterling wasn't set before he went in motion.
And we're looking for an explanation here from one of our offensive linemen to get an explanation of what's happening. Declined.
Harpeth declines the penalty, which makes it now 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 at the Mount Pleasant 47-yard line. Excuse me. So the ball was, you had a positive gain. So since they declined the penalty, the results of the play, so now it's 3rd and 8. Slot wing. Everybody needs to get set. Okay, everybody's set. Motion, jet sweep to Jaden McClure on the left side. Had a little bit of a seam there for a little while, tried to bounce it outside. Number 13, Luke Summers for the Indians, was able to make the play as he tried to bounce. If he'd have turned that back up and went straight up the field, I think he would have had something right there.
Yeah, I sure saw it, and it came to a halt real quick. And it looks like we're punt.
4th and well, we got 4th and 5 at about the 49-yard line. Probably
trying to pin him deep.
Smart move.
There we go.
And we have run this play 3 weeks in a row and got the penalty every single time. This has become almost a Mount Pleasant trademark.
We needed it right there, too.
We need that break right there. They lined up. Unfortunately, now the referees are talking.
No, don't you dare.
Referees are talking about this, and it's called. He's called the umpire now. He used to line up behind the linebackers. Now he's in the backfield. And he has been the one flagging us for all these illegal motions.
And you can see the Mount Pleasant players have their hands in the air. They're not happy. I'm not sure. Well, let's wait for the call.
We're waiting for the.
Yeah, this isn't looking good.
This isn't looking good. And again, this guy's setting it up. Oh, man.
And you're hearing it from the Mount Pleasant faithful here tonight.
This time they were set. I don't know what the problem was. It's a shift that it's a legal shift because they get set before they run their punt. I don't understand, Seth, why they're calling what this guy has. It's the guy that's you got the white hat over here to the right side of the backfield. It's the other guy. It's got the towel on his hip. He has been flagging us for motion penalties, pre-snap motion penalties all night long.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
It's just hard to understand here.
I'm sure.
Good snap.
Coach Hartsfield's got some questions.
And a good punt away from the receiver right here. Kind of takes a skip up. And again, Case does a great job of getting the ball deep. It goes to about the 24-yard line of Harpeth. Our defense has got to rise up one more time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're putting the team on their back.
And they're doing a great job so far. The problem is you keep giving a team chances, and sooner or later the offense is going to click. That's kind of what we're hoping. If we can keep stopping, sooner or later we're going to click.
And with all that speed we have,
you can't give the other team those chances.
Yeah, with all that speed we have, I keep waiting for a pop play to happen, and
we've had a couple of them.
Yeah.
But we keep getting the penalties.
Yeah.
A full house backfield. This is shotgun with a reverse wishbone behind him. Full house backfield here.
Not something you see every day.
And a power play to the fumble on the ground, and we see. Okay, Harpeth got it back. Jaden McClure penetrated and hit the ball just as they were making the handoff right there and got the ball on the ground, but the Indians were able to fall on it. But it's for a loss on the play, and it's 2nd and 12 as the rain starts coming down again.
How much time we have left in the third, Coach?
We've got 4 minutes and 22 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. And again, the defense coming up with big play after big play, keeping the Indians down here in their half of the field. We've just got to get our offense to take advantage of the situations and the opportunities the defense has given us, and we can't put the defense out on the field too much.
Yeah, we're asking a lot right now, but
motion and flag this time.
That's certainly
delay a game
can't be
on the Indians. So that's going to push them back another 5 yards. Some breaks going our way for the defense this time.
And while we've got a second while they're respotting the ball, let's just give a shout out here on our homecoming night to Mount Pleasant Athletic Director Misty Grooms for putting all this together.
Yeah, especially in a tough week of weather.
Yeah.
Fakes the handoff and tries to throw it in the middle of the field. Oh, almost intercepted right there. Great pressure. Great pressure right there by, I think it's Colton Anderson. If I got, no, that was Plunkett right there.
And we got it here on replay. He throws a duck.
Well, he's throwing on his back and almost have a chance by our safety coming up to make the play. Wasn't quite able to get his hands under it. So 3rd and 19. Defense is stepping up really, really big for the Tigers tonight. Hopefully they can keep it up. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Straight drop back, looking through a screen pass. He has the people out in front of him, and he breaks through the tackle, gets the first down out to about the 50-yard line. Really well executed play. And again, with 3rd and long, we should be our linebackers should be looking for that play exactly, and we just don't execute. Their linemen get their hats on our hats, and they are able to make the big play and get first down at the 49-yard line.
He had one man to beat for the first down, and the man was blocked pretty well.
They drew us in with the pass. Our linebackers did not get over to the back in time to recognize the screen. Again, with 3rd and long like that, you should be looking for that. And a forward handoff on a jet sweep. Great play there. Plunkett gets up, makes the tackle, being forced back in there by Easterling, being forced back into the play. And guess what? The umpire throws another flag.
And motion.
This time, and again, illegal motion. He is flag happy tonight. And again, I'm probably a good thing I'm not on the PA system. I'd probably be getting a flag right now.
If someone needs to tell them that we have rain coming and we don't need all these illegal motion penalties, I'm sure Harpeth would agree with me on that one. But
it's about time they went against them.
Mm-hmm.
They've been going against us.
I'm not seeing it, but maybe
I didn't see it on that one.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm not seeing it. I don't know what he's spotting, what
he is seeing something, and he's making himself felt in this game. And that's really not a good thing by a referee.
No.
All right, 1st and 15. Motion, fake the jet,
get up,
hand off, an option. There's a fumble. Pitch is missed. Pitch is missed there by the quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
And he got popped just as he pitched that ball.
We have a lot going on that play.
They faked the jet sweep, ran an option back to this left side.
7 for Harpeth. He's feeling it.
Yeah. And he's an important player. Like I said, he's the Swiss Army knife for them. Charlie Wilson, he plays quarterback. He's the kicker. He's the punter.
Yeah.
He plays defense. So they really can ill afford him getting hurt.
Oh, wow. They're way behind the sticks here.
Second, that ball was a lateral, so where it went out of bounds. 2nd and 20. Straight drop back. Sets up. Rushes get to him. Rushes, and McClure gets to him from behind. And the ball's on the ground. And we pick it up. And, yes, that was a fumble. It was no whistle on the play. A fumble 6.
Yeah. Scoop and score, baby.
Scoop and score. Touchdown, Mount Pleasant defense. They have been holding us up all night long, and now they decide, all right, offense, we'll get you untracked. Let's get a score ourselves. And there is a
Mr. Wilson, Mr. Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson is down on the play for Harpeth.
Well, they're tending him. Let's take a quick look at that replay and see what we got going on here. I didn't see the ball come out personally. I was zoomed out. I thought it was going
to rush, and he did a strip sack, and when he brought his arms down over his shoulders right there, he punched the ball out.
And McClure was busy celebrating the sack.
I don't think he even knew he had the sack right there.
No, Braden Parrish.
He knew he had the fumble.
Yeah.
And then Parrish picked it up.
Yeah.
Good job being aware that the whistle hadn't blown yet. Picked it up, and a huge turnaround here with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the third quarter.
A convoy, yeah.
Mount Pleasant takes the lead 13-7, anticipating an extra point here. Unfortunately, Charlie Wilson is down for the Harpeth Indians. They're getting him up on his feet right now.
Gingerly.
He had a couple of guys land on top of him on that play.
Yeah, he was a little ginger before the play. I believe that's him. I'm having a hard time through the rain. But he was a little ginger before then, and then he took a heck of a sack.
Well, he got a hit on that option play that they fumbled backward, on the pitch. He got hit really hard on that play, and then I think then he gets hit again right on the next play. And the extra point is blocked.
Flag on the play.
But there's a flag on the play. Oh, don't do anything.
Don't show anybody up here, man.
Because I think there's an offsides. There's an offsides by Harpeth.
Carson Howell kind of tossed the ball in the air, and I held my breath for another flag. You got to
personal
make
foul, Harpeth. So it'll be half the distance to the goal on this extra point attempt. And now there's a decision to be made.
Yeah, go for it.
To go for 2.
I wonder if they lined up over the center there or what.
It may have been. And looks like he's bringing the offense back onto the field here.
I love
to
it.
Go for 2. It's only got to get 1.5 yards here.
And you owe them because they shut you out on the one earlier in this game, so you need to run it right down their throats on this play.
And the rain is starting to pick up here in Mount Pleasant. The offense comes back out on the field. We're in the wing T setup. Direct snap back to Easterling, and he gets off the right side, and a 2-point conversion. So with 2 minutes and 49 seconds, Mount Pleasant takes the lead on a scoop and score play and a 2-point conversion. They take the lead 15-7 over Harpeth Indians. We'll be right back after these messages. We're listening to the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on the Front Porch Sports Radio Network and WKOM 101.7. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Field here on the campus of Mount Pleasant High School in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. Mount Pleasant Tigers have just taken the lead 15-7 on a scoop and score by the defense off a sack and a fumble. Pooch kick by Case, and he kicks it out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. And this has been a new way of enforcing this penalty, that if they choose to take the penalty here, they'll mark it at wherever the ball went out, I believe, and then mark it 5 yards forward from there.
Giving you a look at the weather conditions here right now with the contrast of the light. It's coming down healthy.
And it's a good situation here in which, again, it's going to make it harder for the offenses to operate with the lead. If our defense can keep holding up where they have been. Looks like Charlie Wilson has come back on the field for Harpeth, so it's good to see him back. And you never want to see a player hurt in a game, but I'm sure he's going to be a little bit gun shy here. We got to take advantage of that. Hand off to number 9 on the right side, and bowls over, dodges Easterling right there and bowls over the Mount Pleasant linebacker. Looks like McClure's in on the tackle.
He had a little room to run.
Easterling, and then possibly Jalen Smith was on that tackle right there. 2nd and 5 at the Indian 48-yard line, or excuse me, 3-yard line. Straight ahead and does not get much. He's met there in the hole by Evan Plunkett and Connor Scherer. And Connor's a little slow getting up. He's been fighting he tweaked his ankle a couple of weeks ago in practice, and he's been trying to take care of that all week. He's a little bit slow getting up, so they're going to call an injury timeout. He's trying to get up.
Good time to give props to our athletic trainer, Ben Turner, who's out there tending to all of our Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight.
Yeah, those guys, they do a great work, and it's a good job taking care of our ball players, making sure that not only that their injuries are taken care of, but he gets them safely back on the field in a timely manner, and does a great job to all the trainers that do that.
Not an easy job.
All right, 3rd and 3 for the Indians at their own 45-yard line. 1 minute 58 seconds left.
Now, every time Connor comes off the field there, it loosens up the defensive. We get a little bit lighter on the defensive line all of a sudden. So let's see if they try to take advantage of that and exploit the middle of that line.
Twins right, fullback dive, and he gets the first down. He gets about 5 yards on the play. Number 74, Braxton Brady, making the play for Mount Pleasant, but they get a first down right at the 50-yard line.
That's what they did, right up the gut.
So the clock is running with 1 minute 39 left here in the 3rd quarter. Mount Pleasant up 15-7. Again, on a huge defensive play. And
back him up.
This time we were able to see it.
Yeah, it was right. Just a little rock.
Yeah, tight end there, Griffin Corlew for the Indians, put his hand down, flinched a little bit, leaned forward.
Look who's coming back out. Big Connor.
Yeah, kind of got that ankle straightened back out there to anchor that front. 1st and 15, 45-yard line. Twins right, fullback dive straight up the middle, and they're trying to bulldoze their way forward. You get about 3.5 yards off of that play right there. And again, the whole defensive front was involved in that tackle, being led by Plunkett. Brady checks back in at defensive end. Connor moves down to nose guard.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Braxton Brady on the defensive side of the ball this year.
Yeah, he's plays right tackle for the offense. He's been doing a pretty good job right there. Fakes a dive and tries to do a little pop pass to the tight end. Probably a good thing that he didn't catch that, because Carter Dunn had this tight end's ribs right in line.
Yeah. Griffin Corlew was the intended target there, and he was upset that the pass wasn't on point.
That's not a play you want to stretch your receiver out, because that safety is going to greet him really, really tough.
Yeah.
3rd and 12. Another big play by the defense right here. Big 3rd down play. 3rd and 12 at the 48. Double play, and he goes back. Look, he's got a person out in the flat, and he tries to knock him down. Doesn't wrap up. Knox Brooks doesn't make the tackle there. Tries to knock him down with kind of pushing down. He doesn't go down. He gets the first down on a play action pass. And again, our linebackers aren't picking up the backs coming out of the backfield.
Is that the last play of the half, or the quarter?
Got 42 seconds, and he went out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock. The Indians kind of have something going here at the tail end of the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 30-yard line. Again, 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Slot left, power I. And hand off to the fullback, and he slides through. Ooh. Connor hangs on.
For dear life.
He almost slid through there.
Good tackle by Connor.
The hole was plugged up initially there by Paxton Williams, but he wasn't able to get his arms around his legs, and he was able to push forward for about 3 yards. So now it's 2nd and 7.
As the rain continues to fall.
I think the rain has settled in for a while.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it's blowing away from our window, so we're only getting a few drops here and there.
Unfortunately, we have the 8-point lead too.
And a handoff to the right side, and he's met in the backfield, but does not wrap up, and he slides off the tackles.
Hunter Holt coming
at the last play of the 3rd quarter, and he gets forward. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 going into the 4th quarter. So at the end of 3, it is Mount Pleasant 15, Harpeth 7. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Radio Network and the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on 101.7.
He shoots, and he scores!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're getting ready to start the 4th quarter of this Region 5 tilt between the Harpeth Indians and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Mount Pleasant took the lead 15-7 on a scoop and score defensive play. The defense has been doing a pretty good job holding them all night, but as we've talked about, you can't keep giving Harpeth second chances, and that's exactly what our offense has done, and now they've got a drive together here. Big, huge 3rd down play right here. And quarterback sneak.
So they're spotting them a little short.
And they tried their version of the tush push, made famous by the Eagles. And they're going to give him the first down at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10, Harpeth at the Mount Pleasant 20-yard line on the left hash.
Good little play call there, just finding a gap and just falling forward to get the first down, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really couldn't go into much of a goal line set because of the threat of the pass right there. So they were able to find a gap. So 1st and 10. Again, wide slot left, I. And handoff to the right side. And this time he does not get away from Evan Plunkett. A good fill from the middle linebacker position right there. They seal the off-tackle play, and they're pushing back into Plunkett's pursuit. Paxton Williams comes in for Connor Scherer. up front.
Sure, slow getting to the line here. I don't know.
And evidently the play clock has gone off, so they're having to depend on the referee in the back. Right up the middle, met there again by Plunkett. And Braden Parrish.
I don't think he got a yard.
Gained maybe a 1. They gave him a pretty generous spot there, about a 1 yard. So it's 3rd and 9. Again, the defense has done a good job keeping them in 3rd and long. Now we've got to finish the job.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
Let's get off.
We can't let them get that big play like we did last time we had 3rd and long here. They ran that little screen pass and then a bootleg pass again on 3rd and long.
Let's force them into a tough decision here on 4th down.
Sweep to the left. And there is no way to go pushing back in there. And again, Evan Plunkett says, hello, I'm here to meet you.
Let's take a look at that one, Coach. Well, we got the whole thing here.
Great job there by the outside linebacker, forcing the play back up inside. And then Plunkett is right there to meet him as he cuts in. That's exactly how you draw that defense up against the sweep. Force him back into your pursuit, and then the pursuit gets him inside out and hammers him. So now 4th and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Not sure how much even if you have the kicker, a field goal makes sense here. So they're gonna go
over 9 minutes left in the game. And a bootleg pass. They got a blitz on him, and they have him. They caught us in the blitz right there. And a fumble on the tackle. And Mount Pleasant falls on the ball at the 7-yard line. Now we're going to see if the referees are going to call him down before the fumble.
It sure looks like he got the ball from behind, jarred it loose from behind to my eye.
And they're going to say that he was down by contact.
I got it on replay here. We'll take a quick look-see at it. It looked like it was jarred from behind from me.
They caught us in a blitz, and so they had the runner open. Tackle down, and possibly.
Yeah,
his knee was down, possibly right there. Really a good play, catching us in a blitz right there. So now it's 1st and goal.
From the 9.
At the 9-yard line. With 8 minutes and 41 seconds and counting.
Let's regroup here and make a stand.
Defense has got to bow up right here if they can. Twins right eye. Fullback dives straight up the middle, and he is met by a host of Tigers.
They're swiping at that ball too. They want.
And they're tugging.
Ball. They want that ball now.
Again, Evan Plunkett leading the charge. It'll be 2nd down, no gain on the play. 2nd goal at the 9 again.
Coach is really he's getting these D linemen in and out too. He's trying to keep them fresh.
Trying to keep their legs fresh, trying to keep that penetration. Now they got to start watching. It's been a little while since they tried a hard count.
And here's another substitution. As you heard after that non-fumble call, the Mount Pleasant fans, they are growing weary of the
And we
ref.
have a timeout by the Harpeth Indians. Kind of had a hard time getting the play in. So with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game, it's the Harpeth Indians 7, Mount Pleasant Tigers 15. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back here. We're in the fourth quarter in this Region 5 tilt between Mount Pleasant and Harpeth High School. Mount Pleasant up 15-7 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds. But Harpeth threatening here with 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line. Seth, they've caught us twice, 3rd and long, and we've caught us in a blitz both times. Quarterback sweep, shotgun sweep by number 9. Breaks the tackle.
That's a fumble.
And there's a fumble.
That's definitely
and
a fumble.
We're coming up. We're pointing our way. There's a big pile down there around the ball. They're fighting for the ball. And we're waiting for a signal from the referees. The longer this goes, the more it goes towards the offense, unfortunately.
They're saying Harpeth ball.
Yeah, they're saying Harpeth ball again. They put Carson Monk back at a Wildcat-type power play.
3rd down, Coach.
3rd down. And about 3rd and goal at about the 6.5-yard line, 7-yard line. This has been a tough play for the defense here in this series. We've had them 3rd and long twice now. We've let them back out.
I know, strange for this defense from what we've seen this year. Strange.
Looks like they're in a, you got a motion set, going to go trips.
There's another fumble. That's Mount Pleasant ball.
And this time we get it. A big, big turnover there by Mount Pleasant. Defense again steps up and shuts the door on the Indians. Let's take another look at that play right there, see who got the penetration. Had a mix-up in the
Braxton
handoff.
Brady.
Braxton Brady came through clean and makes the play behind the line of scrimmage, and a huge, huge turnover for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. They're going to get the ball, albeit deep in the set, but they stopped the offensive drive by the Indians. We got an Indian on the field right now. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
He looks like he's about to get up, stretching out a little bit.
But a huge, huge play. Seth, this defense has been stepping up all night long and keeping us in the play. After the rough first quarter, they have really stepped up and done a yeoman's work. In fact, you know, they're responsible for this game so far.
They are. They've given up a couple of heartbreaking third and longs, but you know what? They step up when you need it. That was a great turnover there. I don't know if Braxton Brady came through there on a cross block, or I don't know what he did to get so Scott clean, but he came through, had a clean shot at the ball, and it came loose, and he scooped it.
Mesh, hit right at the mesh, and was able to not only knock it out, but to fall on top of it. Huge, huge defensive play. Now the offense has got to punch it out. We've got to get a long drive. If nothing else, get it out to about the middle of the field.
Flip the field.
And flip the field.
Burn the clock.
1st and 10 at their 9-yard line.
Who's in there at quarterback? That doesn't look like John Michael.
That's
not.
Easterling.
Good run.
And gets an off-tackle play right there. Gets a seam off tackle and makes about 8 or 9 yards on the play. In fact, no, 10 yards, 11 yards on the play.
Move them. Move them sticks.
And another Indian is down. Cramps are now becoming an issue for Harpeth, and I think this is what's cost them in their 2 losses, is that they just don't have enough players to give everybody rest. So while they're taking care of him, we're going to take another break with 7:09 left in the game. Mount Pleasant 15, Harpeth 7. You're listening to the Maury County Public Schools Game of the Week and the Front Porch Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages. And again, we're back here coming off this injury timeout. Mount Pleasant has 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A big play right there to get out from the shadow of their own goalpost by Easterling.
Looks like he's staying in the game.
Got him still in the game. Almost kind of like a wildcat from under center right there. Hand off to the fullback. Plunkett comes right up the middle and then bounces it off to the left side. Gets a good gain right there. Would have been nice if he stayed in bounds, but he gets a great gain on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and short. Now it's time for the line to take control, and it looks like they're trying. They're starting to.
Yeah, senior lineman Micah Hoddison, number 57, leading the way there, blocking his man downfield and trying to find some room there for Mr. Plunkett. It's a good little run. We're moving it.
2nd and 2. Easterling still under center. 2 backs behind him. Again, hands off to Plunkett on the fullback. To the left side, fullback dive and gets a huge hole from the left side of the line right there. Now the offensive line is starting to assert itself and pushing holes right there. Plunkett gets a big gain right there, pushes it out to the 39-yard line of Mount Pleasant. And another first down.
Having Mr.
And the clock, after they get the chain set, the clock will start running again with 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Exactly what this team needed right now. Offense to take a time-consuming drive, just eat up the clock 7-8 yards at a time.
I think having JP in his quarterback is throwing them off a little bit too.
A little bit more speed than John Michael. Really don't know about his passing, and that may be why, but
just hang on to the ball, man.
Right now.
Just hang on to the ball.
And again, in these wet conditions, it's a pretty good thing for him to be able to run off tackle. Get behind those blockers. And again, off tackle play. Good lead block there by Plunkett. Actually, Plunkett takes up 2 people on that block.
This is chunk plays.
See if we can go back and take a look at that again. Plunkett there eats up 2 people with the block, and we get about 8 yards on the play, 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 at the Mount Pleasant 46-yard line. A great job driving it out after the defense does gets a huge turnover at the 9-yard line, stopping the Indian drive.
And they're in no hurry, you see here.
No,
we're just going to bleed that clock.
Don't need to be in a hurry. Don't need to be in a hurry.
Bleed that clock.
Easterling under center. Another fullback dive back to Plunkett. Working, and gets close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to him. They signal stop the clock so we can reset the chains. And, well, actually, Harpeth calls a timeout. I don't know that they're going to give him the first down on that. But Harpeth calls a timeout. So with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left, we're here in the 4th quarter. Mount Pleasant Tigers 15, Harpeth 7. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 4th quarter here with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game. Mount Pleasant up 15-7 over the Harpeth Indians in this Region 5 tilt. Mount Pleasant is driven out from their own 9-yard line. They're out at the 49-yard line right now, eating up the clock as they go here in the 4th quarter. Fullback dive. Again to, well, this time, yes, to Plunkett again.
On first down.
On first down. And again, gets about 4 yards. If they can average 4 to 7 yards a play, the clock keeps running and they keep moving forward. As long as they can keep moving the chains forward, this is exactly what they wanted to do to seal this game off.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better. 4 or 5 yards of play. JP's controlling. I mean, he has both hands on the ball. You know that they told him, do not give that rock up. He's doing a good job. I think they're kind of scared that he goes around end too, so the defense doesn't know what to do. We got another timeout, I think.
The defense and okay, we're having.
There's 12 people on the field for Harpeth right now.
Okay.
Where's the flag?
Well, until the offense comes up and sets it, either that or somebody, I guess Harpeth called a timeout to avoid the flag.
I think they did.
So up until the offense comes up to run the play, the defense has a chance to move people in and out. We're going to stay right here for this timeout. And a lot of people here on the Mount Pleasant side were, hollering about 12 people being on the field and stuff. They have a chance to make, the defense has a chance to make those adjustments up until the line, until the team actually snaps the ball, until the offense snaps the ball. So there's no penalty right there. What Harpeth did, though, they had to burn up another timeout to solve the problem. So, yeah, that robs them of a timeout that they're going to need to stop the clock. Really, at this point, with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game, a couple more first downs, and we've got this game sealed. Seth, it's been one of those tales that the defense just kept us in the game, kept us in the game. Then they get the big turnover, the scoop and score, actually give us the lead, hold the lead again, and now the offense has finally come on track to eat up the clock and to seal the game, hopefully to seal the game for them here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, not quite the most beautiful of games you'll ever see, but, hey, whatever gets you the win.
Shift of the strength on the offense, and Easterling turns to the right and does a quick turn back up inside. Great job seeing the seam, and I think we're going to get a late hit there to his helmet as he goes by. Number 10 kind of popped him on the top of the head as he went by, as he went over the top of him.
We got another Harpeth Indian down.
And again, I think that's, this time doesn't look like it's a cramp situation. That's one thing that, the coaches tend to harp on when they can, is when you have a team outnumbered as far as the numbers. Harpeth's a small team as far as numbers. They're big guys, but they're a small team in numbers. If you can make them work and work and work, eventually the conditioning is going to become a factor.
Yeah.
And having depth and for us to be able to move those linemen in and out, you're starting to see now that the lack of depth for Harpeth is what is costing them in this game.
That's an excellent point, Coach. And they're pretty much every other play we're seeing a Harpeth Indian, have some struggle getting back up, and they just don't have the numbers. Now, these guys are big guys. If you're watching on our live stream on Facebook or Front Porch TN.
And they're not faking injury to stop the clock. These guys are literally, they have been playing hard.
Yeah, if you look at our sideline,
they're just getting exhausted.
Yeah, our sideline, we're stretching people out constantly too. I was just looking at that. So, we're cramping up.
This has been a physical game. It's been a very physical ball game.
Yeah.
It's just we have a little bit more depth than they do, and it's coming to play here.
You see those subs almost every play.
1st and 10. Fullback dive. He slides off to the left, and another big first down play by Evan Plunkett, who has basically taken over this fourth quarter on this drive.
Evan's running with some vigor. Mount Pleasant senior has.
And he has decided, guys, I'm sick of this. Let's get this thing over with.
I think the best way you could say it is just downhill running. There's not a whole lot of that misdirection. He's just running into it.
Again, give credit where credit's due. The left side of that line is doing a great job of giving him that seam off tackle.
Yeah, he has room to run.
And again, I would, second and 2 at the 25-yard line, I would expect to see more of the same. Sure enough, fullback dive straight up the middle, and he punches through again, breaking tackles, gets another first down right up the gut.
His quarterback with the assist there, the push.
And so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Harpeth 19-yard line.
And big Logan Pinkerton, starting center, down for Mount Pleasant.
And we have a Mount Pleasant player down. And while they tend to, we're going to take a break right here for an injury timeout. You're listening to the Murray County Game of the Week on WKOM 101.7 and the Front Porch Sports Network.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since
And we're back. 1st and 10 from the 19. Play right up the middle. Again to Plunkett. And again, he gets 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, no complaint.
On the play.
No complaint. That
and
time
he's
is
eating
ticking.
up clock, 3 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. If we can punch it in here, they'll probably put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, there's a lot of ginger walking going on out there.
Really by both teams.
Oh, yeah. I think that they're feeling it. You don't realize how physical it is. And, I mean, it's not a cool night. It's not a hot night. But these guys are feeling it. This has just been a slugfest from the get-go.
But the conditioning program for Mount Pleasant coming out on top of this one so far.
Yeah, Coach Rob Johnson.
Easterling takes the quarterback keeper off the left side. And, again, the left side gives him some room to work. Gains about 3 yards, maybe 4 on the quarterback keeper. And it brings up 3rd and 4 at about the 13-yard line. They got to get to the 9-yard line for a first down.
3rd down and 4.
Clock is running with 2:06 left. And I don't know if Harpeth's got another. They've only got one left if they've got any.
I think they might be out.
I think they're out of timeouts.
Yeah, I think they're out.
So if we can just get a first down right here, this is going to probably end all practical purposes.
Oh,
almost stumbles out of there, but he gets a seam off of the right side right there, and he gets the first down at about the 6-yard line. That was Easterling under center, and this
take some knees, guys.
This offensive adjustment has made a huge. This is a perfect game-ending drive from their own 9-yard line. They're down now to about the 6-yard line with 1:30 left in the game, and the clock is running.
That does it.
And it's 1st and goal, so that they can really take the knees. At this point, it's down to 1:18 and counting. So, yeah, they're just going to let it count down, maybe even take the penalty. Or, well, they've got 3 timeouts, so they'll take the timeout before they get the penalty. But really a great answer. The offense finally got untracked. Basically, thank you, defense. You saved us tonight. We're gonna give you a break here in the last part of this game.
Oh yeah,
and a drive that really takes over the game.
It wasn't easy, guys. I mean, there was nothing easy about it. You can tell by the way. I mean, we have our hands on our knees. You know, we're huffing and puffing. This game was not easy.
With 54 seconds, Mount Pleasant now takes a timeout, and we'll just stay right here for this one, and we'll take a long break at the end of the game here. But again, the defense rises up and basically takes over this game for three quarters, and then with the momentum of the stop, the goal line stand there at the beginning of the fourth quarter with about 3 minutes to go in the game. They make the stand, get the turnover for the turn, and then Coach Hartsfield makes a slight adjustment on offense. He goes with Easterling under center and Plunkett at fullback, and these two, those two are the only ones carrying the ball. this whole series.
Yeah, they didn't mix it up a whole lot, but it worked. So why?
And the front line doing a great job giving them seams off of both tackles, both edges, and they just marched this methodically down the field, eating up the clock, eating up the yards, and kind of a great cap. Offense is, again, their thank you to the defense.
Yeah.
For controlling this game and keeping them in the game. First and goal at the 6-yard line. 54 seconds left in the game, and they are in the victory formation. John Michael Wright goes back in to take the knee, and they'll have to run one more play.
They'll be happy to do it.
To end this game, and a great effort defensively by the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight, shutting down the Harpeth Indian offense and literally saving the game.
Yeah, I mean, Harpeth came in here ready to play. They had us scouted out. They knew some things to do, and they did them well early. And thankfully, we had a couple big plays, and defense held strong.
And
Go
they
Mount
take
Pleasant.
the knee, and with 15 seconds, they're going to let the clock run out, and another big win. Mount Pleasant will go 4-0, 2-0 in Region 5 play. The Harpeth Indians will fall to 1-3 and be 0-2 in region play. So a huge game for the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight. And we're going to go to a break for just a little bit, and we'll come back to recap this game. But again, the final score, Mount Pleasant 15, Harpeth 7. You're listening to Murray County Game of the Week on WKOM 101.7 and the Front Porch Sports Network.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
And we are back here. The game has just gone final. Mount Pleasant on top, 15-7 over the Harpeth Indians in this Region 5 tilt. A huge game. A very, very physical, hard-fought game from both teams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew coming in Harpeth was big. They played it. I mean, it was a slobber knocker, and there's some times that we really had to fight for everything we had tonight, and they did it. That big turnover at the end, man.
Huge defensive turnover. Well, actually 2 turnovers, the scoop and score to put us in the lead, and then that turnover there at the goal line stand. Huge plays by the defense that basically just took over the game. And then the offense was able to put a drive together. They got one drive together tonight, but it was the game, the drive they had to have to seal off the game. And a super effort by the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight. The players of the game, I think we could give it to 2.
Yeah,
actually,
they deserve it.
We talked about that during the break, and Evan Plunkett led the defensive charge, defensive captain on the team, led the defensive charge. And rallied the defense around him, and then turns that last drive, and he and Easterling, JP Easterling, literally put the team on their backs and drove the length of the field to eat up the clock to seal the deal on offense. Hats off to the offensive line for giving them the seams and lines to do it. But we're going to call the players of the game there, co-players of the game this time, JP Easterling and Evan Plunkett.
Both well-deserved, very well-deserved.
And again, with a pat on the back and an audible mention to the defensive front and the offensive line, they're taking over right there in the last part of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the punter, Mr. Brandon Case, he flipped the field a few times for us.
Another one that we probably need to mention there, did a good job in the middle, the first part of the game when the offense is sputtering. We're going to have to clean some things up, though, offensively. We've got to stop these pre-snap penalties. We've got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot with big play when we have a big play. That was part of what happened to us tonight. We were able to overcome it, again, with outstanding defensive play. But
next week is Summertown at Summertown, and they're good.
And
they're good
tough.
this year.
They're tough, and they're playing in their backyard.
Yeah,
or actually their cornfield. But it's
they take their sports seriously in Summertown, and we do too. So it's going to be
a good game. So again, a big night for Mount Pleasant. They come out on top, 15-7. Seth, it's been a great night.
Oh yeah,
enjoyed it.
We stayed dry.
We had the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
We got to stay dry tonight. But we'll see you again in Summertown next week at 7 o'clock on Friday night for WKOM Front Porch and Front Porch Sports Network and the Murray County Game of the Week. This is Mike Lyle with Seth Campbell signing off. So long, everybody. See you next week.